I say all of this, but I went to USJ last week.
What? Is it fun?
Yo, again?
Yeah, well, just because they're doing the Halloween thing right now, so they've added
yeah.
so much new shit, and obviously Aki loves amusement parks, and we were in Osaka anyway, so we
Damn,
went
that's actually rough for a person who does like
USJ.
amusement parks.
I mean, I don't mind USJ because at least there's like actually like things to do that aren't just rides, you know, like you can just like enjoy the vibe. And like they had like, you know, stuff that wasn't necessarily right. So they had like a Chainsaw Man 4D cinema.
Yeah, there was
thing.
who collabs with that, right?
Yeah, which was pretty cool. They're also doing like a Chucky horror, like
cool.
kind of haunted house thing, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, we couldn't go on any of the rides anyway because they're all like 2-3 hours long.
Dude, it's crazy the
down
wait
the
lines at
line.
USJ.
Yeah, it's
like-
ridiculous.
yeah, I went one time. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Thor
never
Park is now pay to win.
Of course.
Oh yeah, no, they all are.
Because yeah, I mean, you can download. No, it's like very pay to win because you can download. Before you could like buy the fast passes, but now for every individual ride, you have an app where you can just like buy the fast pass from the app, and it's
How much is it like per ride?
So they had a new ride that they just built like a few months prior to when I went. And for one, like so you have the actual entrance fee for the park, which is, I believe, 40 to 50 pounds for like the vanilla one. To go on this, to get the fast pass for this one ride for one time, it's 20 pounds.
Per
20
person?
pounds per person.
That's psychotic.
That's insane.
And it is half of the price of the vanilla entry fee for the entire park. It's one.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And every time slot was like booked out for.
Huh?
So they are making fucking bank. They don't
So
even
wait,
care about
I gotta
the
pay
vanilla.
£20 and then I gotta book a time and come back.
Yeah. So
No,
so-
£20. Get me on that seat right away when I want.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what everyone wants, right? You gotta wait in the new line.
Yeah.
You're
It
paying
is-
to basically change lines.
Yeah, you're just shifting it to another day. Because I remember Disney didn't like. I went to Disney in France, and they used to have the system where you just get a ticket and come back, so you wouldn't have to line.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I think they got rid of it.
Yeah.
because I think it was they were just not making enough money doing it. I don't know.
Well, they were doing that with USJ at the Nintendo World. So like you have to download the app, and now you have to like actually book a time slot to go in because Nintendo World's so small that they have to only like. But it was so crazy because like we got into the park. You can't book, by the way, until you're in the park as well.
That makes sense,
You can't do it outside. Well, Aki and I got into the park at like 8:30. It opens at 8. And we were like, all right, let's book the Nintendo thing.
Nah, you're in Japan,
the
bro.
closest, the earliest time we got was 4 p.m. So in that 30 minutes, all of the slots from 8 to 4 were just fucking booked out. And I was just like, this is insane. And then when we finally got in, it wasn't even that fun because you're like shoulder to shoulder with people, and there's like there's so much going on. And it's just like, oh, okay, I want to go on the Yoshi ride. It's a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, I think objectively there are good things that are ruined because of capacity or the amount of people that like line up for them. Like weirdly enough, I was taking my parents around Hiroshima, and even going to the museums, which they really wanted to see, I was like, this is just like, I can't even like look or read anything because it was so busy the day I went that like it was shoulder to shoulder in the museum. It was absolutely roasting.
Yeah.
And it was like a 30-minute wait to get into the museum. Once you're in there, you can't read anything because there are so many people in the way. And it's like, God damn, I just want to like learn about this. And I can't even learn anything about this. And it's a miserable experience. And I wish there was some better way of handling this, but I don't know how you would.
No.
It's like, this is an amazing museum that because I've been to it before.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read it all again. And I was like, this is awful.
You just have to like limit the capacity, right?
Yeah.
They're obviously not going to do that because that's
especially when
it's
that's obviously like a
big
more cultural importance.
Yeah.
So I understand what they want to do. But then the Hiroshima, there's the main museum, the Peace Museum, but right next to it is I think a memorial museum that is underground, which I kind of think is really cool and a lot more interesting personally. The way that they've set it up, I think it's really fascinating. And then they also
Is
had
that
like
the one where it like spirals?
yeah,
down?
it's really, and then you sit in the room and you get to see everything. I thought it was really like compelling. And they also had they have like different exhibits on. They had one where they had like a little theater with interviews from soldiers at the time, and that was like really interesting. And I felt like getting to watch those videos was like so much more fascinating than shoulder to shoulder trying to read a piece of text with like Jim from Alaska in front of you going, you know, we had to do it. You know, we had, and then you're like, I'm just trying to fucking read. It's crazy, man. Like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
And so my parents always said the same thing as well. They were like, oh, it was a lot nicer being able to read about it, like walk around, not be shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, especially when you're like in a museum like that where the subject matter is so like somber and
everyone's like
melancholic,
talking and
everyone's
like
talking,
shuffling,
and
phones going off too,
Yeah.
babies
It
crying.
ruins the vibe.
And, you know, the vibe.
It does. It ruins the vibe.
I just sound. I usually say
that was
it
just
sounds
an
such a
interesting
funny word.
That was just an
Vibe
interesting word.
Man, I'm just trying to vibe in the Hiroshima Peace Memorial
I'm
Museum.
just trying to vibe with this, you know, fucking terrible part of history, man. It's just
Damn, why are you guys ruining the vibe?
you're ruining the vibe, bro.
How's the vibe?
I can't even feel sad in here because y'all fucking talking.
I can't even think about how many people died.
I know.
Here,
I
man.
told when
Jesus.
when I went to the Netherlands, I went to the Anne Frank Museum,
Yeah.
and that was clearly an extremely popular museum. But they had handled it very well, where like you would only be allowed in groups at certain times, and it was all kind of structured and timed. There was one point where it was a little like busy, but most of the time it was, you know, you could look around the room, you could see things, and I felt like they'd handled what was a very, very, very small space museum and massive amounts of people wanting to go really well. So I just think that, you know, it's a shame because I think that these are really fascinating museums that kind of, you know, and theme parks as well.
Yeah.
Theme parks are just, I don't know. Theme parks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
parks are whatevs for me.
I mean, theme parks.
I'm too old to want to line up for shit anymore.
I never want to line up for shit.
I mean,
I don't mind certain times, but like just the thought of having to line up, and you know, it's the food that kills me. When you're like, I'm just gonna get, you know, you get that moment where you get to relax.
yeah.
No more lines for a little while. You get to eat something, and it's just mid.
Yeah.
And overpriced
Yeah.
mid. The
Yeah.
worst kind of mid of all.
You know,
and then theme park nerds will be like, nah, you just got to know the spot and the right item. No. It's not. It's not good.
No.
It's
You know,
not good.
it kind of made me realize going to Thor Park this time. I thought I only wanted to go to theme parks for the rides, and that was it. And now I kind of realize maybe it's just about the
people.
vibe, man.
Vibes.
The vibe. And it's hard to vibe when there's like a lot of people, but
Yeah.
sometimes. Because when we went to Thor Park, it was pretty empty, so I didn't have to queue up that long
nice,
to get on rides.
That's good.
But the fast passes were still booked out?
For the main
Oh,
rides.
just the main ride. Okay,
for
got it,
for like the big rides.
feels like you hit the jackpot when you go to a theme park and it's dead.
Yeah,
That feels good, to be fair.
That does feel good. If I actually enjoyed the rides.
True.
If I wasn't just sitting there being like, oh, I've got an old half a night. This isn't as fun as I remember. No, I don't want to face this. I don't want to face this moment right now.
The best thing in a theme park that can ever possibly happen to you is when it's a good ride and there is no one in line, and then the guy will be like, you guys want to go again? Doesn't make you get off. Just runs it again.
Yeah.
That's like the best feeling in the world.
You can only get that in like basic closing time.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah. You'd
Right.
be like, run it back. And they'll be like, all right. Because normally they'll be like, come on, there's like 10 people in line. You got to get off and go all out around.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but then when he's like, I'll run it back, you're like, yo,
Let's go.
That's
He's
when
the
the theme
goal.
parks are goated.
Yeah, but how often do you get that now?
No, never.
No.
Fucking never.
Yeah.
Never.
Unless you're in like the bumfuck middle of nowhere and there's like you and maybe like 5 other people at this theme park, right?
Yeah.
Like the really, really old theme parks.
I kind of like those. Are actually a vibe.
Those are more of a vibe, I think.
you
than
know,
the big ones.
comparing Thor Park
Carnivals?
comparing Thor Park to like carnivals, or even like remember that one random German theme park we found in like on like the Japan trip that we went on.
That place was sick.
That just had like that fucking the archery and that fucking
go-kart.
the go-kart and the slides.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Bro, that was like I'm not gonna lie, that was way more fun
Way
than Thor
more
Park
fun.
for me.
Way more fun.
I think health and safety regulations in Japan are a little less than they would be in America or the UK, because I feel like that slide would not fly in the state it was.
Yeah.
We were getting some too much air.
Yeah, many knees and elbows were
Yeah,
scraped on
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that. Some of the and the go-karts, I remember that old man did not give a fuck because we were bumping
no.
into each other. He was like, yeah, we get this all the time.
We were fugging reenacting GTA scenes. And
Yeah, we were. It was
Yeah.
fucking funny.
That was so fun.
Yeah, Japan does have a lot of random theme parks like that.
Yeah.
Or you just pick a random theme and you're just like, yeah, let's
It's like what haven't we done yet? Germany?
Germany.
Sure.
Well, there's one in near Chiba And there's that one which was it near Okayama? Wait.
We were in Okayama.
Was it Okayama?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. There's two. And then obviously there's the big, did you go to the Netherlands town in Nagasaki?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to there on the cycle too, and that was insane.
Very weird.
The scale of it. It's so big. It's huge. It's literally a like giant Netherlands town.
Yeah.
In the middle of Nagasaki.
Yeah.
It's what is it called? House 10 Bosch?
House 10 Bosch, that's it.
House 10 Bosch?
With the fucking igloo houses.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's huge. And they have the Spanish town that's massive as well. I can't remember where that
This
is.
place was actually kind of sick, not gonna lie.
From like an architectural perspective of how much they'd copied, it was impressive.
Yeah.
But as a theme park,
Yeah, I mean, it's more so just like a
For kids, it'd be
model
fine.
town, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
are you not able to actually go to the Netherlands? Well, this is the next best thing.
I mean, I'm always fascinated by obviously
It's permanently closed.
Wait, what? Wait, are they? I think they're redoing it or something. I think I remember seeing something like this. I don't know if
really?
I'm crazy. Maybe look it up. Well, that's because everyone's always like, why would they want to do this? Just go to the Netherlands. And then you're like, well, they only get 2 holidays.
Yeah.
Two days of holiday. So
it's a
you
flight-
get to fly to Nagasaki, go around the Dutch town, and then feel like
Yeah.
you've gone to the Netherlands and
You know,
come
a flight
back.
to the Netherlands from Japan is quite expensive.
And it's also like only like 10 or 15% of Japan population have passports.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
even though
which
we
is
have
crazy.
even
Yeah.
though we have the strongest passport in the world,
Which is 10 to 15% is crazy.
it's wild.
Didn't like China do something similar as well? And like, didn't
Yeah.
they build their own Paris or something? Like they
They have America Town as well.
yeah, America
they have
Town
like a cowboy
and like
town.
Paris Town.
Yeah.
And they built like the Eiffel Tower or some shit like that.
What?
Yeah.
Can you search up China?
Chinese Eiffel
That's
Tower.
crazy one of the build France though.
Yeah, China. out of everywhere.
I would be embarrassed if I built France.
Yeah.
Tian Dusheng.
What? Dude,
Yeah.
that looks
Whoa.
that looks like a Silent Hill map.
They just built Paris.
Yeah, look at that. Click,
And
that,
then-
click that Wikipedia picture.
Yeah,
that looks like a
fucking
Silent Hill level,
Yeah.
bro.
Honestly, though, if I had the choice to go there or actual Paris, I'd probably choose.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I'd probably get a.
well,
nice
yeah, it's because you don't
experience.
have to deal with the Parisians.
Yeah,
that's why.
that's the
I bet they shipped them in through authenticity. I bet they got Parisians there.
Are
That's
they just like
crazy.
insanely rude to you if they don't speak French? If not, then it's not the true Paris experience.
Or maybe they just like taken the spirit of the Parisian. So it's like if you don't speak Chinese, they're really rude to you.
Like, I don't know, because I can't imagine. Has this ever been done in like a Western country where they just built like an Asian city or something like that?
Chinatowns.
Chinatowns?
Yeah, Chinatowns, I guess.
But that's not more of like a conscious effort to
Yeah.
be like, we are going to build a replica. It's more like, this is where the Chinese immigrants set up
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we
'cause,
decided that this
Tokyo
would
has
be.
a Chinatown.
I mean, it's like as many Chinatowns.
Yeah, Bangkok has a Chinatown. It's, I guess, just a district as opposed to just a. I don't know. These definitely feel like a tourist attraction. That's
Yeah.
Um,
Because Japan also has like a Koreatown near Yokohama as well.
Yeah.
But that's also because there's a lot of Korean immigrants who live
I
around
mean,
Yeah.
there.
Shinokubo is just mini
Shinokubo
Korea.
is
Yeah.
just Korea. Yeah, it's just mini Seoul,
Yeah.
basically.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
and LA has basically
Little
little Tokyo, little Korea, little everything.
Yeah,
you know?
Little Italy.
Yeah.
Man.
All those spots where it's just more of like where you find the restaurants and some of those.
Yeah, but I think
shits.
this is like a strictly Asian phenomenon where they're like, let's build an actual remake of a place.
Yeah.
Like, and
Why
make
is
you.
that?
Well, I think it's because they don't want to have to travel necessarily to those places. People want to have that
Does
experience.
Thailand
right?
do anything like that?
probably.
Probably.
It's
'Cause I'm
pretty
figuring out if this is like just an East Asian thing.
But
to do.
even like Fuji-Q, right? Fuji-Q has like, when you go into Fuji-Q, the big Japanese thrill ride park, before you go into Fuji-Q, there's like a, I don't know if it's French or Italian town.
What?
Yeah. Have you been to Fuji-Q?
I've been once, but
Then
very
you've definitely
long
walked
time
through
ago.
this. Like Fuji-Q. It's like literally in Fuji-Q. Yeah.
La Villa de Gaspard et Lisa.
Yeah.
I
look
butchered
at
the
this.
fuck out of that. My
Like, look
bad.
at this.
What the fuck?
Before you walk into Fuji-Q, it's just a French ass town. And it was the most jarring thing ever because I was like, what?
What? Why?
I don't know. But clearly, like, there's a demand.
You know why they probably made it? It's to just confuse the fuck out of people. Could you imagine taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower
Maybe.
and Mount Fuji in the same shot, being like, "Guess where I am?"
I mean, it was cool, but I remember because I went there to go and film the haunted house, and I was just left feeling like, what? Like, I don't, like, why?
That's so random.
Cafe Brioche. Like,
Oh, hell
what?
yeah.
I mean, it's impressive, but at the same time, why?
Oh, well, they've even got an authentic Fiat right there.
But like they have the Naruto town, which is cool.
They do.
They should just do more anime towns.
I would love more anime towns.
Yeah, just do like.
Well, they've got the Dragon Quest town in what's that island off?
Aoji.
Aoji, yeah.
Aoji's got like everything.
Aoji's got the Naruto theme park,
and they got the Demon Slayer park.
Yeah, and the Hello Kitty theme park.
But
Aoji's like just
the problem
with
a lot of those theme parks is that like none of them are like full day. They're like there's
like
not enough stuff
half a day
at best. Like it's like a stretch. Like you got to like be like I'll do every little thing.
Yeah,
and then I got half a day max. Like that's kind of tough because I feel that I don't really want to spend half a day at a theme park.
I think it's just
normally they're like really out the way as well.
Yeah, you have to drive.
I think with a lot of these, they kind of built to not be like full day things. It's more so just like a thing where it's like you're probably heading somewhere and then on the way you have a little bit of time to stop by. It's like, oh, there's this random fucking German town. Let's just hit that up. Yeah.
Actually, Legoland is probably the best theme park.
I want to go to Legoland so badly.
I want to go back to Legoland.
Just for the miniatures. Is that an old person thing to say?
No.
The miniatures were so sick.
Maybe as an old person, you just like revert back.
Yeah, I think so.
Because looking at theme parks now, I'm like, rides, and it's like all right.
Yeah.
Looking at miniatures and just seeing them
like
fucking
museums.
go around in museums, I'm like, shit, that's exciting.
Where is Legoland again?
It's in Nagoya.
Oh, no. Oh, God. All right, maybe one.
Okay.
Yeah, the worst part is you have to go to Nagoya. Whenever Chris also said he gets this too. Whenever he shits on Nagano or I shit on Nagano, I always get an email.
You mean Nagoya?
Sorry, Nagoya. Sorry, Nagano's great. Nagoya. Sorry. When me and Chris shit on Nagoya, we always get an email from either like someone who lived in Nagoya, or someone who loves Nagoya for whatever reason. They're like, Nagoya's not that bad. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and I'm like, it's not good. Nagoya's not good.
It's just like Nagoya to me is just the most like basic Japanese city. It's like it's not like horrendous.
Yeah,
but it's not exceptional in any way. It's just kind of
Are you trying to say mid?
It's mid. It's the most mid Japanese city.
It like doesn't have a strong identity like Tokyo and Osaka have.
It doesn't.
It's kind of and it's literally geographically in between, as well as kind of being like
culturally in between.
Yeah, it doesn't really have, and it's mainly just a business hub. Yeah. Where it's like the most depressing place to go to because whenever you go there, it's just a bunch of salarymen that look depressed.
Just the middle child, basically.
Between, they got some good chicken wings, some other decent food, but like that's about it. They got Legoland, which is kind of
they have like Taiwan mazesoba, but like you can get that in Osaka or Tokyo. So it's like yeah.
And I know that we'll get an angry message from someone be like, "Hi, Alt's living in Nagoya here. It's actually a very culturally." It's like no.
It's like who asked?
Well, it's the thing that I guess that. When people talk back about that, they'll be like, "No, I lived in Nagoya." I'm like, "Yeah, you've only lived in Nagoya." Or like you have been like, if Chris says it or we say it, like we've gone all around Japan.
Yeah,
we've seen all the cool shit. Like I can tell you categorically,
we know Japan better than you.
Basically, yes, Nagoya is fucking boring compared to the rest of Japan. All right.
Yeah,
and it was the worst to cycle through.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
but there's some good shit in Nagoya. But it just overall as a city, as a vibe,
it's just mid.
Yeah,
it's mid.